Welcome back. Right now, we are catching up with the one, the only Joanna Gaines. She's in her kitchen at her home in Waco, Texas. Hi, Joanna. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Hoda.
Oh,
how are you?
It's so good to see your face. We should mention that she has a new cookbook. It is out. It's Magnolia Table Volume 2, already flying off the shelves at #1. So I want to check in on you and your 6 kids. Of course, Chip is number 6. So how's the crew doing?
You know, we're doing good. The kids are loving the idea of getting to stay home and even doing school from home. And it's spring on the farm right now. So every baby animal you can think of is being born and everything is blooming. I feel like everything's coming back to life here. So it's been nice to just get outside.
Okay, so I see Chip's doing some puzzles. The kids are playing pool. Like there's a lot of hours in a day. So how do you guys fill those hours?
I've had to learn that, you know, on the dining room table when we're not eating, every day I'll set cards out, puzzles, just to give them options. I think originally the kids thought, especially the boys, this is going to be wonderful. We get hours and hours of game time. And, you know, I'm kind of a strict mom when it comes to that. So giving them ideas outside of just screen time and stuff like that, I've had to put it in front of their face. But last night, it was so cute. All 4 kids were sitting playing spades, and Chip and I just looked at them. They look like this little old card group. So it's been fun watching them play together. You know, it's kind of a span in ages, but it's just been really sweet.
So do you do like a lot of families are doing? Do you have like a schedule, like wake up, breakfast, school, and then activities, or do you kind of let it be?
I'm more of the let it be kind. So it's funny. We're figuring out this new rhythm. And it's taken us a second, but I think just naturally it's kind of been a bit consistent where the kids all wake up kind of at the same time. They tackle their homework. And, you know, anything that we need to do work related, we're doing, you know, now like this, and that's been interesting. But it's been interesting in that there's no schedule. And I've kind of loved that for someone who typically likes everything scheduled and I know what's coming. It's been nice to just kind of let go and just let things kind of roll.
Now, they say in these confined spaces and this time together, we're learning a lot about each other. People are learning more about things about their spouses that they didn't know, things about their kids that they didn't know. What are we learning about Chip? Let's start with him.
That he likes to stay busy. So we, I think it also times like this, it just shifts everything and puts things in perspective. And I think for me, the idea that we get these extra hours and these moments with each other and with our kids, I'm learning more and more. I mean, as much as I already thought I knew, I'm learning even more, getting to sit and chat with the kids and kind of get to engage with them almost on a friend level during the day. You know, when it's not me trying to bark at them to get their homework done, playing with them and interacting with them. I've seen a whole other side that I think is just really sweet. And it's going to be hard to, you know, once everything kind of starts going back, I think that's something I want to hold on to is just these sweet moments and not taking that for granted.
Yeah. Are you explaining to your kids what's going on, like what's happening?
Yeah, it's one of those things at first you're trying to figure out, do we even know? It was such a thing of just every day something was changing. But, you know, Chip and I have kind of made this thing of it's important to us that the kids understand what's happening outside of the farm. Right now it feels kind of protected. They're sheltered. You know, they don't watch the news. They don't have the stuff on their phones. They don't know what's really going on. So we've really sat and communicated just the seriousness of this and how we can be praying for people. And so it's for us, it's important to bring them in so they understand and that this is honestly something that none of us ever want to forget. This is a really big deal.
It is. Well, can we just switch gears for a second and talk about your cookbook? Because we're all looking for comfort food. So what's your go-to dish that you're cooking or something that gives you comfort?
Yeah, I love casseroles. I love the idea of just throwing everything in one thing and it being done. But for me, it's dessert. And I realize I need to tone it down a bit because I feel like every day I'm baking something. But for me, it's just even the process of it more than eating it is this creative process. It kind of gets my mind off of anything I'm worried about or anxious about. And it's just been a really good practice for me to just get in the kitchen and get creative and even include the kids in it. It's been really sweet.
Well, where is Chip, by the way? Usually he's up and hovering around you. Where's he?
Oh, I know. He keeps saying, I'm going to come in and scare you. And I'm like, Chip, you can't scare me. He's doing his rounds, checking on the goats, checking on, like I said, it's spring on the farm. So every morning you wake up and there's 3 new baby goats, baby pigs. I wish you could see them. I wish I could take you outside and show you the cutest, they're the sweetest farm animals, all these baby chickens. So he's out doing his rounds.
Tending to all that. Well, Joanna, I just want to say thank you so much. We love you, and I'm happy you're going to come back and sit and chat with me and Jenna coming up on the 4th hour. Again, Joanna's new cookbook. It's a good one. It's called Magnolia Table Volume 2. You can find out more about it on our website, today.com/shop.